Right, hello everybody, this is now the longer version of this video. For those of you, I made a 1.5 minute version to very briefly show you the golf balls I'm going to talk about in a minute. Before I do that, I'm just going to say, please bookmark my YouTube account. I've just got to... So, you want to bookmark this, youtube.com/@awesomefullhdvideos/playlist. Please bookmark that, and how do you bookmark that? You're probably going to ask. Well, in your browser, you've got a little star button in Google Chrome. Click on that and then save it somewhere. So once you're on playlists, if you weren't on playlists, you click on playlist there, and then that lists all the different playlists I've created, which is a way of grouping together videos by a certain topic. Keep going down, scroll till you see golf balls. There you go, golf balls, my videos. Click on that, and then you'll see it says 1 of 93. It starts automatically playing the first video in the playlist. I've got 93 videos to show off my humongous collection of something like 8,000 logo golf balls. So if you want to, you can watch all the videos when you've got time. There's 93 videos so far, and I'll be adding more in 2024. Let me just pause that now. Okay, for those of you that now come to watch these 70 videos, just better say a few things before I start filming them. As far as I know, all of these have come from golf courses in Cambridgeshire, England, from about 8 to 10 different courses from a man I buy them from. He mostly gets these out of lakes or streams around golf courses, and also he has a way of getting some golf balls from house clearances. So when people give away like old sets of golf clubs, sometimes there's balls in the pockets of the bag of golf clubs, so there might be a few from those as well. Anyway, I've not washed them, he has, so they might clean up a little bit more than they look, they might not. I'm going to show each ball's logo and the type of ball it's on so that you can tell what year the ball came out, give you an idea of what year the logo was out. I pay a fixed price per ball to the person I buy them. So the ones that look in terrible condition, the ones that have got lots of marks on them, dirt from being in the lake, I pay exactly the same price as I pay for the ones that are in perfect condition. Just a flat rate. As far as I know, these balls were found at the end of 2023, early 2024. And just because they were found in Cambridgeshire, England, doesn't mean that these are from Cambridgeshire, England. Obviously, people can buy online these days and get balls imported from anywhere in the world. And obviously, people go on holiday and buy golf balls and then bring them back. So you're going to see golf balls from all over the world and brands from all over the world. I collect every type of brand. Some people only collect, say, golf courses. Some people collect car makes. I collect anything. Anything that's been printed onto a golf ball that's a business, I collect. Please allow for lighting conditions. It's pitch black outside. Curtains are drawn, so I'm using artificial light. I'll try and film them as best I can in 1080p quality on my camcorder. Right, let's get started. So I've got 70 to do. Probably take about 26.5 minutes the whole video. Schlumberger. And that is on a Wilson Blackjack. Now that's a very unusual type of ball to me. A Wilson Blackjack. Schlumberger, I used to call it Schlumberger. I've had this logo before in black a few times back in the 80s, and I found out it's something to do with oil drilling, thanks to, you know, that BP oil spill a few years ago off Louisiana, America. If you Google that, Google the film based on the BP oil disaster, the film that Mark Wahlberg, the actor's in, and that company gets mentioned in that. Next. Wenvo. I'm only going to say things if I think I need to. I've got to get out of the habit of saying things that are blatantly obvious. I'll say the things that are tiny sometimes to help you, because even to my eyes, 1936, established 1936. Don't know where that is. So if you know anything about any of these companies I say, let me know. You could say where it is. Like, what county is that in? Is that in Warwickshire? Is that in where is that? So if you can add anything of use, please leave a comment on any of these logos you see on YouTube. That sounds like a foreign company. I don't know. You can see it's slightly scuffed. Not heard of that before. Okay, next. Seniors section. Okay, balls in good condition. Next. What does that say? Alyth. Alyth, I think that's it's hard to say. Don't get many medalist golf balls. That is in mint condition. I mean, that is perfect. That is a one-hit wonder. That's literally come out of a packet, been hit once, gone straight into a lake, and my man's got it. That's the sort of quality I'd love to always get, but you can't always get them in mint condition. MackenzieHotels.com. I'm saying that because the .com is slightly scuffed. SF Ladies, that's a woman has lost that ball. Next. München, that's Munich, I do believe. So Germany. Warbird. Next. What is that logo supposed to be? What is that picture? I'm not even sure what that's supposed to be. And you can see, look, you can see where some golf balls, depending on the material they're made of, sometimes they kind of flake like that when you hit them. Scuff the cover. And that pen mark, when people put pen mark on a golf ball, nail varnish remover on a cotton wool ball, rub away, and 9 times out of 10 you can remove the ink marks off a golf ball if you want to. If you want to take the time and effort to do that. Yeah, okay, so that ball's a bit scuffed. Next. British Aerospace, Aviation, obviously. 384 pt1. This type of ball, used to get loads of these back in, I'd say, somewhere between about 1989, 1990, 1991, that sort of time frame. This was pretty much the most popular ball out there, so hundreds of those I used to find back around that time. And again, so there's no way that's been in a ball in a lake since then, so that could be one that's been from one of these sort of estate sale, house clearance things I told you about. Person I get them from. Banking for Business, Barclays. Barclays is one of the main banking companies in England. There are others, obviously, but they are one of the big ones. And that ball looks fairly stained and discoloured. That's probably been in the lake for a year or two. Next. Let's try and see what's... Hollis White. And then there might have been... Man, possibly. Hollis Whiteman. QEB Hollis Whiteman. Don't know what that is. And obviously, should you want to know, all you got to do is use Google these days. Right, where are we? Next. Sunderland. That's probably AFC, something football club. What's the A stand for? Anyway, that looks like a football club to me, up near Newcastle. Next. Eaton Vance. Something investments. Not entirely sure what that is. Again, that ball's probably from the early 2000s, I would guess. Don't know much about the DT Solo. Next. Ocean Trails, I think that possibly says. Pinnacle is made by Acushnet, which is the company that makes Titleist golf balls and Medalist golf balls. So they have a huge monopoly. I'd say at least half the balls I ever find are Titleist. They do have a huge amount, but Callaway and TaylorMade and Srixon are chipping away at them. They do have a bit of competition now, but Titleist still dominate the market for golf balls. Ocean Club, Paradise Island, I think that said. Very light greenish kind of colour. Not that particularly easy to see. Next. Cemex. I think that's a cement company, I believe. And it's also got that timber supplies. Okay, that ball's pretty good condition. Next. Bob Evans Restaurant. Don't know who Bob Evans is. If you have ever worked for any of these companies that I mentioned, again, let me know. I'd love to know your story about anything you can tell me about any of these companies I'm showing off. Be nice to know a bit more info on some of them if you can. I always read every comment I get on my videos. Right. That's a very old Pro V. So every 2 years, Titleist come up with a slightly different version of the golf ball of Pro V balls since 2001. So this is either off the top of my head, the 2001 or 2003 ball, somewhere around there. So that is an old version of it. And in the earlier versions, you can see the paintwork does chip off a bit when you hit them. You see those little marks? The paint quality wasn't as good in the older balls. It seems to be a lot better now. Next, PK Banken. Well, where's that? Don't know. Next, Xerox. I'm sure you all know what a Xerox machine is if you've ever worked in an office. Photocopiers and printers. Yep. Next, the mortgage store. Don't know where that is. Not heard of that company before. Probably American, I'd say. Evolve. Ugh. What would that have said? Law, maybe? Possibly. So 2 logos for the price of 1 on that one. I presume that's Evolve Law. Next. 3. Is that 3 the telecoms company? Possibly. Possibly that's 3 the mobile phone company here in England. Next. Ice Tech, don't know them. And it's also got DG Electrical. So 2 logos for the price of 1 on that. Next. Cancer Care. Presumably a charity I've not heard of. There's a lot of different cancer charities in the world. And well done to them. I hope they do ever come up with a cure. A neighbour just lost their father recently. It's a horrible illness. Hope they do come up with a cure. Next. Well, that's a nice design. Look at that. That is a good logo design for once. There's so many, I have to say, a lot of logo designs aren't that interesting, but every now and then someone comes up with something a bit better than usual. That's good. For design, artwork and mastery of print. Quadra-proof. I like that one. And that's a Cambridge phone number. 01223 is Cambridgeshire, England. That's the county I'm in England. Interesting. So I might let them know that I found that. Next, well, I didn't find it. SII, no idea what they do. Wilson. As you can see, as I think I said before, I collect every type of logo. I don't just collect, some people, I said, they collect, say, banks. Some people collect golf courses or whatever. I collect anything. Anything that's been printed onto a golf ball, I collect. Hence, my collection is now vast. That's England. That's the England football team, the 3 Lions logo. You'll see that on their football shirts. That's a pretty recent ball, 2022, 2023, and I found one the other day that's broken, and it's got this white outer cover that's maybe 2-3 millimeters thick, and then the inside of it is this really nice dark blue material, solid material. First time I've ever found one of these broken. So it's a dark blue material inside this type of ball, and that is almost mint. That is a nice one to have. Next, G. And it's like a recycling sign, so it could be some sort of recycling sign. Bridgestone E6 ball, very good condition. Next, that looks like an Indian chief to me. R for registered trademark. Now that's a lot of sports teams tend to use little kind of icon mascots like that. So presumably this is an American sports team. If you know what that is, always say what time into video talk. So at the moment you'd say at 13 minutes 37 seconds the Indian chief face logo is, and then let me know, please. That'd be nice to know. Next, 1991. Well, that's very interesting. I was just going to say, Top Flight XL2, this type of ball, I know I used to find these, I was going to say 1999, 91, that sort of time frame, so that makes sense. Definitely used to find those about that time. And that's discoloured, that ball. That's been in a lake for a while. Oral bricks, okay. Don't know anything about them. Next, I've had this company before. Not entirely sure what it is. It might be something like heating or something like that. And then I think I've had this logo before with all these different. That looks like a tap. Propeller. That looks like a. Yeah, some sort of like DIY stuff, isn't it? Plumbing. Anyway, that's what that is. Now, this is a nice logo. Cornish Pale Ale. Tribute to. I've never heard of that brand before, so if you want to send me a case, go for it. And again, pen mark, as I said, nail varnish remover is the best chemical I found for getting in golf balls. You can do other stuff, stuff with alcohol in it, like you know, the hand cleaners you get when COVID came out. You had to keep washing your hands 10 times a day. Some of that stuff, I tried it on a golf ball. It does get the ink off a little bit, but not as well as nail varnish remover. The Timber Group. That's roughly a 2021 ball. Bit of ink on that. Next, has a turkey and cranberry foods. You do have cranberry with turkey, don't you? PTS Carry, hardly get any of these, so that's a good one to have. Right, next. Don't know what that company does. JLT, PTS Solo. Next. I've had this companies before. Sometimes they just print the outline of a swan, not with any feather detail like this one, not silver. And it doesn't even say the Wisely, but I know it's the Wisely now because I've seen these other logos. That's a nice one to have. Next. What does that say? Is that L? M-E-L. Melody Blue Cross. Blue Cross is a charity, isn't it? Blue Cross. Is it an animal charity in America? Or I think that's what that is. Next. Pumpkin Ridge. That's an interesting name. Pumpkin Ridge. On a Nike ball with nothing else. Interesting. Next. Moulding Solutions. There's an S missing there. It's been scuffed. A business off Barnes Group Inc. Incorporated. That ball's a little bit stained from being late for a while. Next, Virgin Atlantic. I've flown on them in 2007. I won a competition and I got to fly to New York on a Boeing 747 of Virgin Atlantic, free of charge, and then I got airport transfers from JFK over to Lower Manhattan. Got, I think it was 3 nights stay in a hotel in Lower Manhattan, and then on one of the nights I got to go and see Moby, the musician, play an acoustic gig in his own apartment, and that was for Children in Need, BBC Children in Need, the charity, and I won, so that was one hell of a good prize. Thank you very much. Right, next, Dexion. That's on a Dunk 65, and this is the smaller size ball. This is a 1.62 inch ball. All the other balls you're seeing here are 1.68 inch. They're all, let me try and, give me a minute. I just need to move something out of the way so I can show you this. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Let me take room in. I'll try and demonstrate the size difference. A lot of you, even the people that play golf these days, probably don't know that there used to be a smaller size ball. I don't know if you can see that. That's, let me put something flat on top. See the pens touching the bigger ball. You see the difference? So the small one is 1.62 inch. That was the UK size, and then in 1982 we went over to the American size ball, which is 1.68 inch. So it's fairly rare to find a smaller ball like this, and this is in mint condition, so there's no way on earth this has been in a lake. So this could be one of those estate sale sort of things. I'll keep that to one side. That's a good one. All right, next. I need to go a little bit quicker as I've been yakking as usual. SAS, the Power to Know. Oh, and you've also got, oh, that's just the ball. Nike Superfly. PD1. Right, don't know what that company is all about. Next. A Chardonnay Golf Club. Where? I can't read that. Something Valley. Is that Napa Valley? Napa Valley. Isn't that in California? Chardonnay Golf Club. So they've got a golf club there. Interesting. Next. Pensions. Next. Weetabix. That's a cereal here in England. Very dry. Very not my thing really. I don't know whether they use genetically modified wheat and stuff these days. Probably most. I know Kellogg's do. That's not Kellogg's Weetabix, that's a different brand. Next, Pan. Is that a P? I can't. That's very odd. Pam B-U-I-T, I think. Pam Buitt. I have no idea what that's all about. Next, Clark's Brewery, and then Established 1906, I think. Never heard of that. Dunlop Revelation. Don't get many of those. Next. CTC, possibly? Is that the way you'd say that logo? CTC. Nike ball. Oh, someone's pen marked that blue thing there. Okay. Don't know what that's all about. Next. GF. Don't know what that's all about. Pretty good condition ball. Logo's tiny bit scuffed. Next. And obviously if you've got any logos you'd like to give me, by all means leave me a comment and I'll give you a way to, that's about 2023 ball, I'll give you a way to let me have something. So if you're a business and you want me to, you know, show off your business on a golf ball, please send me some. I'd love to get some for free for once. Roughly 2022, 2023, something like that for that particular type of ball. Next. Yeading. Where's Yeading? Ah. Okay, so two logos on that one. Yeading. I don't know where Yeading is. Manchester United, that's a football team you should have heard of. Manchester United. That's on a Nike ball. I've got a few different Man United logos on balls now. Very nice. Next. OSL, don't know what they do. Ball is mint condition. Next. There's this tiny number down there, 19 something. 19, oh, Jesus Christ. I can't, if I zoom in anymore, I'm gonna lose. 1955, I think that says. Weather shield, windows and doors. Palm City Millwork. Where's Palm City? Don't know. Next. Never seen that logo before in my life. That's an old Pro V. That's a little bit of a scuff. I can feel that with my finger. That's someone's hacked into the ball with their iron. Again, off the top of my head, I'd say that's somewhere around 2003-ish, that sort of ball. Other than that scuff, it's mint condition. Next. SGB. I've seen that logo before. Ball's good condition. Logo's a little bit scuffed. Next. Invictus. Personal training.